So last year, Jim was doing well, and I had a little bit of extra money, and I was like, I'm gonna put it into marketing. I'd already committed. I was like, I'm gonna put more money into Facebook and Google and everything. And then Paul was like, hey, there's a business mastermind in Thailand. and I was like, well, I guess that money is now going from that business to that mastermind. And it was a little bit of a gamble. I was like, it's gonna be a week. I'm gonna be able to pick Paul's brain. I didn't know Victor was coming. I got to pick Victor's brain as well. I think it was a game changer for me. I think it was completely eye-opening, not just being able to hang out with you guys, but also being able to see Bangtao and like what they built and the way they operate and everything. And it really made me realize that I'd really been putting a lot of limitations on myself as a business and a business owner. And so that gamble paid off, and then trajectory came on. And again, I was like, well, Johnny's going to guarantee me that I'm going to get my money back. And I believe it. And then on Monday, probably the worst day we had in May, we had 6 appointments set, 6 show. We only closed 2, and our close rate is through the roof. And I went home, and one of my staff members could tell I was annoyed, and he was like, "What are you annoyed about?" I'm like, "We only came down with 2 $499 down payments." And he was like, "Dude, that's $1,000." I'm like, "Yeah, but it should have been $3,000 today." And it made me realize that like in that short period, how much we've like escalated and stepped it up. And I mean, in terms of like, people talk about like actual revenue, but in terms of profit, I would say 250%. Last year we cleared 100,000 in profit. This year we're projected 250. Last week was actually insane. Like $13,000 in profit, a bunch of paid in fulls. It was just like absolutely incredible. So people that are watching it, like, hey, like don't undersell putting those down payments. Don't be afraid to ask for that $300, $500. People have the money, and they'll drop it if they see the value. And if not, then you've got to fix your system. So
the value of what you got. And being able to, we never met in person. So we met in Thailand. It was funny. And then Victor came in, a couple of people canceled last minute. So it was only like a few of us, but it's just funny to watch people's thermostat change so much. Cause like, now you're like, oh, we only did 1,000. Some people are like, man, I've never had $1,000 down payment. Cause people are like, oh, if I sign up at $150 a month, I got to sign up 6 people to get a $900 a day. And, in Tribe, we get 2 people. It's a shitty day and you do 1,000. It's like your thermostat changes, your mindset changes, and your growth's been crazy. Cause I think when we went to Thailand, I think just expanded a little bit, but it's like, you've gone like ballistic with how much your school's growing. And the cool thing is some people are like, oh yeah, but you guys are, you guys sold out, you're selling bullshit and you're teaching, Tiger, Kung Fu, Krav, Taekwondo, Karate, Ninjutsu. But you're like, no, it's like you guys have a crazy, crazy competitive team. You guys just won the team trophy.
The Charleston IBJJF.
Yeah, as a standalone team without affiliates. I mean, that's fucking insane. So it's like, obviously the proof's in the pudding that you're a good coach, you have a good staff, but you can still have a good business. And I think in our industry, it gets so skewed. You have so many guys that are amazing jiu-jitsu competitors, but then they have such limiting beliefs on the business side. And it's like, man, once you put a little bit of effort into that, it's like, and then you can service more people. It's like you have more. I mean, you're growing like crazy. You got more students. You got a bigger space. It's just such a cool success story.
It's been awesome, and I think I needed that because me and you were talking in December, and I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and you gave me some constructive criticism, but at no point were there like massive holes that I was doing, and I think I needed that confidence boost, being like, hey, I'm doing the right things, and then I went to Johnny Buck's sales training, and I didn't have the down payment, and I'm like, what the F am I doing? And this is how I sell to the guys that are competitors. I'm like, hey, you guys want to be world-class competitors. You guys will do whatever it takes. Yet you're not willing to commit $300 or find a way to do $300. I'm like, dude, if you go donate plasma, your first 3 donations are $100. And you're telling me that you're willing to do whatever it takes except find the down payment. You're never going to be able to compete at a high level because of your mindset.